Today on the Hire Me podcast, I have with me Sandy Buellman. Let's jump right in and learn how Sandy could be your next great hire and professional connection. Sandy, I'm so glad to have you here. We're going to jump right in with that very first question. Who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, Heather. Thanks for having me today. I am super excited to be here. My name is Sandy Buellman, and I am a professional learning specialist and a certified trainer with over 25 years of people development and leadership experience. I live in North Texas, and I am here with you today to talk about how I can contribute to the growth and development of my next perfect fit position.
Well, I'm excited to help you do that. So tell us a little bit more about what type of role you are looking for.
Perfect. So I am looking for a remote training specialist or training manager position where I can contribute to not just the customer journey through great quality results, but also the employee journey, because we know that happy employees are better employees. You see, Heather, I'm a helper. I help people and companies connect the dots through training and through training programs. I am looking for a role where I can contribute with my ideas, problem solving skills, presentation skills, and creativeness to develop and execute programs that are in alignment with the company needs and develop employees both professionally and personally.
All right. I love this next question because I can already tell a little bit about your answer. But what do you love about this work?
Great question. I'm so glad you asked because I love what I do. There's several things that really drive me and that make me happy. My whys, why I do what I do every day. So I love to see the light bulb and the shine in people's eyes when things start to click. To see that individual connect the dots, not just with products, but between products and behaviors so that they are successful with what they do. At the end of the day, you will never move a metric until you change the behavior that's behind that metric, right? So both of those have to connect. And when that happens, you see individuals succeed, which contributes to department growth, which contributes to overall company growth. Secondly, I love to see individuals thrive as people. If I can teach you how to do your job better, great, I've done my job. But if I can teach you a skill such as change management, situational leadership, time management that helps you be better at life, which then makes you a happier employee, that's the cherry on top of my cake. That is what I do, why I do what I do. I'll give you a quick example. I taught the change cycle to a lot of managers and a lot of assistant managers at my last company. And we had a location that suddenly lost their store manager, and the assistant manager had to, with no warning, step into that role and not just drive the business, but also lead the rest of the team through this transition. Well, she was struggling a little bit, but she had already been set up for success with these skills and didn't even realize it. A couple of weeks into this change, she picked up the phone and called me, and she said, "Okay, I need to tell you thank you for that class because that class is what's gotten me this far. Now I've got a question. Here's where I'm at. How do I keep moving?" Right? It was that class that taught her, without her even realizing it, that she could be successful. And it helped her team get through it too.
Well, when we think about like doing the work that you love to do, what type of leadership and culture will really help you thrive?
Mm, that is a great question as well, because I am all about culture. People work for people, not companies. And I believe that with my heart and soul. Culture of trust is very important to me, and team building is very important to me as well. When people understand how to work together, and that can be as simple as just understanding how each other learns, right? And they have a culture of trust, then they're more productive. This is when a team goes from normal business to performing every day. And when we treat people as individuals, as people, the team benefits and the business reaps those rewards. As for my direct leadership, I want someone who is going to challenge me but trust me as well. So someone who's going to push me outside of my comfort zone and allow me to stumble where that's applicable. Let me give you an example of when this has happened to me in the past. I was working on a rather large, pretty significant project where we were combining programs and creating a format that we would be using going forward in our retail locations. So I kept asking my leader, I was like, okay, so what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And he finally said to me, okay, look, this is your baby. I need you to make the decision. Let's just see what the final outcome is. So I took it, I ran with it, and I'm going to tell you that it came out super great. Very few tweaks, and the retail locations loved it. He trusted me, but pushed me at the same time. So when I left that company, he told me that this training tool was the legacy that I was leaving behind. It was a win for everyone. Also, when it comes to culture, I had the privilege of being a co-lead in one of our employee resource groups, which I firmly believe in. This group supported 4 pillars: veterans, disabilities, whether it be seen or unseen, health diagnoses, such as chronic illnesses, and caregivers. I'm a firm believer that providing employees a space to show up as themselves allows them to be better employees. When people feel like they belong, they stay, which increases internal loyalty and decreases turnover.
Let's get into some more of the nitty-gritty, right? The specifics of what you do and how you do it. What are the problems that you can solve for companies?
Great question. So because I am a certified professional in training management, I am a solutions architect. I help create and effectively execute individualized or multi-department trainings and training plans. I love getting handed a problem and being asked to find a solution to that problem using tools such as Addy and SAM, but also doing it in a lean Six Sigma way, because businesses are in the business to make money and not to waste money on programs that just don't work. So I'll give you an example. In my last role, when the whole world shut down for COVID, I was instrumental in converting our in-person training classes into virtual sessions without losing the effectiveness of that program. I created the virtual retail new hire onboarding program along with multiple tools that went with it. I had the privilege of partnering with other stakeholders in other departments to incorporate pieces of the training program that were just out of my scope. Ultimately, we created a comprehensive 30, 60, 90-day onboarding program that saved the retail locations time, payroll, and contributed to less turnover, and the program was effective and efficient.
All right, we have come to the last question. And again, this is probably one of my favorite questions on this list. But tell us about what matters to you, right? What are your values?
You're getting into my soul here. What matters to me most is helping and servicing people to learn and grow. Again, that's my why. That's why I do what I do every day. I 100% agree with the HBDI survey, which is the Herrmann Brain Dominance Instrument, if anyone's taken this. But the profile testing says that I lead with red, which means I lead with interpersonal skills. I understand how emotion plays into careers and leadership roles. I am a people-oriented person, and I love to see others thrive. That being said, the yellow quadrant was a very, very close runner-up, which also means that I can see the big picture. And I recognize insightful possibilities. I am a problem solver, not just through analytics, but through experience and through recognizing idea integration and new possibilities. Ultimately, what drives me is people and seeing them improve through the work that I can help contribute to.
Well, Sandy, thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure to get to know you. So thanks for coming on the Hire Me podcast. If you are watching or listening, please make sure that you connect with Sandy through the links in the description and show notes. And make sure that you subscribe, follow, and like our content here on the Hire Me podcast so that we can continue elevating more of today's top talent. Take care, everyone. Bye.